Hey, so I get questions now and then about what makes Coda so difficult. And in order to answer that, I'm going to show you what the normal game plays like and then compare it to what Coda plays like and show you the differences and hopefully make it a bit more clear as to why Coda is a particularly difficult challenge in this otherwise fairly simple game. So here I'm going to play as Cadence. Cadence is a normal the default character. That's probably the most normal gameplay you can have. Compared to Cadence, there are other characters that have various restrictions, but she tends to have none. So we'll jump into one of the levels shortly. Now you see at the bottom of the screen, whenever these lines come together, that's the beat. So you can only move on that beat. This is the same for pretty much any character. If you do try and move too quickly, you'll just miss beats, so it just won't let you perform an action. Because the whole game is based around moving on the beat. You can also just stop in place and wait for things like enemies to come towards you. That's fine, you will lose your coin multiplier, but apart from that there's no real downside to doing so. If we go in here, I'll just kill a couple enemies. And you can see that when I kill enemies, they drop gold. You can pick up that gold fine. You see also there, I was trying to dig into a wall that I don't have the shovel to dig. So, but that's fine. Again, you just lose your beat, lose your multiplier, and that's pretty much all that happens. In the shop here, you see there's also a new weapon, so Cadence and most characters can pick up new weapons which help you to do more damage, and you have things like increased range or knockback or other effects that can help you go through the levels quicker and kill enemies quicker too. And then if I make my way around, I'll just demonstrate that you see on the top right, Cadence has 3 hearts. So you can take 3 hearts worth of damage. This blue slime does 1 damage, so in 3 hits I die. But most characters can get more hearts, you can pick up food to heal yourself, you can pick up armor to reduce the damage that gets done to you. So overall, if you just keep on playing this, I mean this is just the first level, so you tend to die fairly quickly. But as you go along, you could end up with 10 hearts, you could end up with a potion that refills all your health, and have armor that prevents like 2 hearts worth of damage, and a weapon that kills pretty much anything in 1 hit, so you can get very, very bulked up throughout the course of a game and basically be able to mash your way towards the exit and towards the end. So let's compare that to Coda. Now Coda is a mix of 3 of the hardest characters in the game. So Arya can only use the dagger, cannot get any better weapons or weapons with longer range, anything like that. Has only 1 hit, so half a heart, so will die in 1 hit from anything. And will also die if you miss a single beat. So if you try and do something invalid or move twice in an action, you will die. So combine that with Bolt, so the game moves at double speed. There are 2 actions per beat instead of 1. And then Monk as well, where if you pick up any gold, you die instantly, which is not preventable by any means. So all in all, that makes Coda a lot more difficult to play as we demonstrate here. So you see at the bottom of the screen that there's twice as many bars coming together, which means that you have to move twice as quick. And I go to move here and my calibration is slightly off, so I just die instantly because I pressed it at the wrong time. But here, you see that you have to move. As soon as you start moving, you have to keep moving. if you stop at any point, you die. This also goes for doing invalid action, like digging this gold wall, which I don't have the right shovel for. You die instantly. If I try and press a button there, like for a spell, because I don't have a spell yet, if I even press the spell button, then I die instantly. If I pick up gold, such as this long gold dropped by the slime, I die. And then if I get hit, like this blue slime did 1 heart of damage, but because I only have half a heart, then I die instantly as well. So basically a combination of all these, being forced to move, like you have to move every beat. You cannot wait for an enemy to come towards you. You have to keep moving. So you need to be able to arrange things in a way that not only can you kill everything, but you don't get hit, you don't leave the gold in a position that means you can't get past it, and so on. So there's just a lot to think about when playing this Coda. For example, you see like I jump up and down there, that's because I can't wait for him to come towards me. I have to delay time, so the only way I can delay is by jumping up and down. Same with this bat. And this monkey would, if you got hit by a monkey as cadence, it doesn't even do damage, but because it stops you, it kills you straight away. So here's just some more demonstration of jumping up and down. And then I just miss a beat because my calibration's off a bit. So that is generally what it's like playing Coda. Now, the goal is to clear all zones mode, which is, there's 4 zones in the normal game and 5 zones in DLC. Here I just got 4. But in each zone there's 3 floors, and each floor has like a mini boss, and then after the 3 floors you have a boss floor. So if you're doing all zones, you're doing zone 1, 2, 3 and 4, 3 floors each and a boss in each, for a total of 16 floors if you include the bosses. Now that can be very difficult because the normal gameplay probably lasts, if you're being fairly cautious, between 10 and 15 minutes for Coda. So 10 to 15 minutes of being basically perfect the whole way. And if you do make a mistake, for example, if you're at the very last floor, zone 4 boss, and you make a mistake, you have to start all the way at the beginning. So it can be very punishing. My current PB or personal best is zone 3 and the boss of zone 3. So I haven't quite got to zone 4 yet in all zones mode. And as a demonstration of how fast the songs can go, this is death metal, which is the fastest song in the game. And you can see that the beats are going pretty crazy. It works out to be between like 5 and 6 taps per second. So I'm playing on a PlayStation, so 5 to 6 like analog D-pad presses every second. I'm gonna try a couple times to beat death metal here. I do eventually. But you can see that making these actions this quick is just ridiculously difficult. And if I just stepped on gold then, so I just died instantly. So while I keep trying to defeat death metal, there are some things you can pick up in the game to make life easier, but the majority of things are taken out. For example, you can't get armor because that makes no sense, and you can't get weapons. But there are ways to make life slightly easier, which is what you tend to make the most of during the game. But yeah, this is just a small demonstration of what it's like to play as Coda and the reason it's so difficult. And yay, I beat death metal. So hopefully this answers any questions you may have, and yeah, hopefully I'll be able to beat all zones at some point in the near future.